Hey scholars, how are you? I hope that all is well with you, whether you're watching this on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I hope that you have had a good day. So, today's video is going to be over poetry. So, there are 4 types of poetry that you need to know when you're in the 3rd grade. There's 4 forms of poetry. But I have a question first. Think about your favorite song. Think about your favorite song. Like, sing it in your head right now. Did you know that a song is a form of poetry? So whatever artist wrote that song, they're really writing poetry. And you notice how whether in singing or in rapping, some of those words, they rhyme. It seems like the last line that they say rhymes with another last line that they say. So that brings me into the 4 forms of poetry. So the first one I want to talk about is lyrical. You see this one in green? That says lyrical. And a lyrical poem, it expresses strong feeling. Think about like the lyrics to a song. Lyrical poem is like a song. It's like music, and it expresses feelings. There's a lot of songs about love, or there's a lot of songs that express feelings and emotion. That's a lyrical poem. So it's like a song, and it can rhyme. And we know that a lot of songs that we listen to, they rhyme, but sometimes they don't. So a lyrical poem is like a song, and it expresses strong feelings. Now, the next form of poetry is called a narrative poem. The one in orange that says narrative. Now, what's a narrative? It's a true story about, yes, a narrative, just like in writing, it's a story about you. So a narrative poem, it tells a story. And what does every good story has? Every good story has characters, it has a setting, it has a conflict and a plot. And a narrative poem can also rhyme too. So it can rhyme, but it doesn't have to rhyme. But if it sounds like a story, it has characters, people talking, there's a setting, there's something going on, that's a narrative poem. Okay? So we have lyrical, it expresses strong feelings, it's like a song. Narrative, it tells a story. And then let's move on down to the blue one. This says humorous, and it's from the word humor. Now, if you ever heard someone say, he has a good sense of humor. Humor means like funny. So therefore, a humorous poem is funny, it can be silly, and it can rhyme as well. It doesn't have to rhyme, but it can rhyme. So when you hear humorous, think of humor and funny. It's meant to be funny, it's meant to be silly, it's meant to sound crazy, it's meant to make you laugh, or it's interesting like that. So that's a humorous poem. And the last one, let's move up to this light blue, is free verse. A free verse poem is exactly how it sounds. It's free. It does not rhyme. There's no set line length. There's no set rhythm. Like the rhythm is like the tempo of the poem. There's no rhyming pattern. And it's a way to convey feelings and ideas. But the main thing about free verse, a free verse poem does not rhyme. A free verse poem, there's no set rhythm, there's no line length. It's free. It doesn't follow any rules. So a free verse poem, that poet is just writing. They're just writing to express a feeling or idea. So a free verse poem doesn't follow the rules. Okay? So, let's go over it one more time. There's 4 forms of poetry. 1, lyrical. It's like a song and expresses strong feelings. 2, A narrative poem, just like in writing, a narrative poem tells a story and has characters, plot, and setting, and it can rhyme as well. 3, a humorous poem is funny and it's silly. It's meant to sound crazy. It's meant to make you laugh. That's humorous poem. Last one is a free verse. Free verse poem does not like to follow the rules. It's free. There's no rhythm, there's no rhyme, there's no set line length, and the poet is just writing to express feelings and ideas. There you have it, the 4 forms of poetry: lyrical, narrative, humorous, free verse. Again, lyrical, narrative, humorous, free verse. Okay, there you have it. Those are the 4 forms of poetry. So the next time you turn on the radio, the next time you're listening to a song, I want you to think to yourself, hey, that's a lyrical poem. Okay? So I will be sending you and your parents a Kahoot for you to practice the 4 forms of poetry. And I hope that you have a good weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.